Woo! What's it like to be in purpose, but the manifestation you don't see anywhere around? Man, I was talking to one of my daughters today about purpose and how we want things in life. Like you are like, I'm operating in purpose, but nothing's happening. Well, let me tell you, many times that's probably what it's going to feel like because you think the way we've been cultured that purpose means you are now a Kardashian or you Beyonce in the Inside Bay crew or you're now Tony Robbins crew. You got it twisted, my friend. We've been deceived and dumped to think that when we are in purpose, it means the whole world sees us and we are the spotlight. We are the champions. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, we got it twisted. It's not how it works. Not even close. Let it go. Get it out your brain. Because here's the deal. The roots of a tree are almost never seen. And at the point roots get to be seen, unless that's the design of the tree, then the tree dies. Mm. This is why I need you to take that time alone. This is why I need you to spend more time in meditation to figure out who in the world are you. In order to do that, you've got to strip away this glorious outward Western world, it must be me approach to living. Because it's got you twisted. Everyone wasn't meant to be a freaking influencer. Everyone wasn't meant to be on TikTok. If you are suffering from the desire to show yourself or be seen by others, then you are misunderstanding and missing out on who you're supposed to be on this planet. And it has nothing to do with your purpose. On the contrary, that's not purpose-oriented living at all. My child's texting me. She's good. That is all ego-based living to which you don't deserve access to. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. You're so freaking great in your true purpose that you don't deserve the right to be in front of the lights when it's not who you are. I know you don't like what I'm saying. I know because I'm messing with your ego. I'm not here to serve your ego. There's a part of your ego that's good for self-preservation. That's fine. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this super ego. That means your name is written down. Somebody's acknowledging you. That's not who you're meant to be. That's this freaking hype that we've got to strip down to find out, well, who am I really supposed to be? I know it seems like all those people get the glamour and the glory. Sit with that for a minute. Because if that's what you think purpose is about, then you do not understand why the journey is the way that it is. If everybody was in front of the camera, nothing would get filmed. If everybody was in front of the camera, people would die on those accidents that they performed. The stuntmen, they would die. If everybody was in front of the camera, scenes would not be acted out the way they need to be that would compel us to connect. So you taking the time to unpack who you are becomes essential. There are three main things you must do to find out who you are. Number one, you got to be willing to let go of your Western world ego. You got to be willing to do that. Yeah, that looks like laying down your dreams and desires to get clear about what's really inside of you. Because there's a difference between what's out here as your dream and desire. Again, as I told you in a different video, ruled by your eyes and ruled by your tongue and ruled by your ears and ruled by the like button. Because all those things are symptoms of a broken spirit, symptoms of you being wounded, symptoms of trauma still ruling your life. And if trauma still ruling your life, I won't say you're not ready. I won't say you're not ready, but I will say you got some work to do. And it's hard to function in purpose when you're viewing life or the success or the opposite of the trauma from the trauma state as being successful. Nah, man, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. One of my daughters, she's a stage director at her school. She's extremely good as a stage director. They love her. They have this stage, right, where they're acting. It's a single stage. It's not huge. Single stage. Her job is to make sure the lights go where they need to be to highlight the right person talking on stage at the right time, and then move it to the next person when it's that time. And then, oh, she's not doing it. She's making sure it gets done. And then when the lights need to go off, that the people that need to be on the floor to change and move the background so that the audience, the ones receiving the show, the ones being impacted by the art, sees a different scene inside of 30 seconds to a minute to make sure that the actors are at the right spot where they need to be to match up again with the lighting and the music to play at the right time so that the display of beauty and art can be seen. But you know what the hardest part about being her father is? I never get to see her on stage because she's not the focal point of the show. But the uniqueness of her work would be completely undermined because the show wouldn't exist without her. So my question to you is, where are you really supposed to be? In front of the row or behind? The only way to find out is to figure out what's driving your behavior. What wounds still remain that you've not taken the time to heal? Second thing I want you to do, once you've identified where you're supposed to be, I want you to identify any wounds that still remain, any trauma that still remains, and I want you to figure out what you're going to do about it. So figure out the trauma that remains. You're going to do that several different ways. You're going to go talk to people that know you. You're going to ask them a couple questions. Number one, what are things that I do well and I excel naturally in? The second thing you're going to ask them, what are things that you realize I probably need to grow in that might be blind spots for my success that no one's identified previously that are an impact and may be a hindrance to me? And you're going to write those things down. You are not, I repeat, you are not going to reply in the context or defend is what I'm trying to say. You're not going to defend or justify why that behavior exists. You're simply going to say, thank you. You're going to do this for at least the 5 people in your life. And then after you've done that, you're going to sit down with those lists of the attributes that are great. You're going to circle those. And then the attributes that are not so great, you're going to circle those. And we're going to spend our time being grateful for the attributes that work and move it to the side. Then we're going to look at the attributes that are not so great, but we saw a pattern. What you're looking for is that pattern. Which ones are consistent? And then you're going to sit and you may have to ask a qualifying question. How does this show up in my life? This is not going to be the cute stuff. Not at all. A buddy of mine just sent me a book. I was on a business trip in India, and he sent me a book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. No More Mr. Nice Guy. You know, I grew up thinking that being a nice guy was the right thing. But the truth is that being the nice guy meant I didn't get to be who I am. And I found out through reading that book that nice guys are actually more cruel. Because now they're filtering and playing the game to make sure they appear nice. So they're being deceitful. And if you're spending time being deceitful, then you're certainly not being authentic. People can't trust you. Oh, I've had those seasons in my life. Not because I was trying to be untrustworthy, but I was trying to be nice. And because I was being nice, I was being inauthentic. I was essentially lying. Because to be inauthentic is to be lying. Just saying. So you've got to go unpack these traumas and then go get material. That's the third thing. Go get counseling, start reading, start being mentored, and cultivate these areas, these weaknesses. Now, I'm not saying make your weaknesses strong. I'm talking about character flaws. I'm talking about things that have been holding you back from truly stepping into your purpose. That is what you're going to have to go attack. In doing so, you begin to create space, to create room for you to show up in purpose. You got to be willing to do the hard work. It's in you. You're capable of it. I believe in you. Listen, if you want more information like this, I need you to join my free group, my free VIP group. Click it below. Come join us. Come hang out. We dig into things like this to help unpack what's really going on so you get to live your best version of yourself. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel, share this video with somebody you love, comment, like, and I'll reply. Thank you.